Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Florida Hockey Now Panthers Postgame Show. I'm your host, George Richards. It is Tuesday night. The Panthers have just completed another win for Florida. They get a 5-1 victory against the St. Louis Blues. That's Florida's 8th straight victory. The last team to beat the Panthers, some of you may remember, some of you won't because, the holidays and everything. It was the St. Louis Blues. They beat the Panthers 4-1 back on December 21st, but the Panthers got a little bit of revenge. They win their first game in St. Louis since the end of what happened to be the end of the 2019-20 season. If you remember, the Panthers beat St. Louis. Chris Dreiger was the goalie, and 2 days later, 3 days later, hello, John. A couple days later, the NHL shut down because of COVID. So that was the final regular season win of the 2019-20 season. For the Panthers, a lot of changes happened after that, but we won't get into any of that. But anyway, their first win in St. Louis since 2020. Matthew Tkachuk back in his hometown. Hey, George, he was born in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, I know. But he grew up in St. Louis. He went to high school in St. Louis. He grew up at that rink where his dad, Keith, will be inducted into the St. Louis Blues Hall of Fame next Friday night. Keith Tkachuk was on hand to watch his son have a huge game. Stolarz was terrific tonight. Um, yeah, send in your messages. I can see him here. I'm sitting back so I can, see with the glasses and everything. But Anthony Stolarz, 29 saves. But the big story was Matthew Tkachuk. He has a natural hat trick. All three goals scored in the third period. Florida comes into the third up 2-1, thanks in part to Tkachuk feeding Sam Reinhart for his 29th goal early in the second period, but it's 2-1 in the third. Tkachuk gets his first of the night. How did he? What was that one? Was that the deflection? No, that was the one timer from Carter Verhaeghe. That gives him a 4-game goal streak. Coop, super win for the Panthers. That makes it 3-1. The way Stolarz was playing, that was plenty. Tkachuk later tips in a Gus Forsling shot for his second goal, and then with the net empty, with about 58 seconds remaining, Tkachuk gets the natural hattie, and a lot of, like he said in the post game, a lot of friends, a lot of family there to take that in. So good for Matthew Tkachuk, definitely heating up. I believe that's 6 goals since 2024 it started. He's got a 4-game goal streak. So does Sam Reinhart, who's just lighting up the scoreboard. Another power play goal. John, the Panthers are home. Here we go. The Panthers go 4-0 on their road trip. They win in Arizona, Las Vegas, Colorado, and now they win in St. Louis, and now they're home for 5 games. They have a 5-game home streak, home stand coming up starting Thursday against the Los Angeles Kings in Sunrise at the Bank. Florida will play. I know I wrote it down. Did I grab the wrong pad? I got the wrong pad, kids. That's the wrong pad. 5 games at home. The LA Kings on Thursday, the New Jersey Devils on Saturday, the Anaheim Ducks, a matinee game on Monday. Detroit and Minnesota come to town. So a nice little schedule for the Florida Panthers. Again, they finally get to come home. You got to watch that first game off a road trip. The LA Kings are probably already in Fort Lauderdale. They played in Tampa tonight, so they might already be in town. They probably are. It's such a quick flight. And they wanted to get out of Tampa, so they're probably here. They might be practicing at the arena tomorrow, but we'll see. It'll be nice Monday. We'll get to see Radko Gudas back in Sunrise. I'm sure the Panthers will have a nice video tribute to him. He's definitely deserved of that. And I am pretty sure the reaction to Radko Gudas by the home crowd here in Sunrise will be quite positive. Just real quick, the game recap. Braden Shen gets the scoring going. 3:24 gets a loose puck past Anthony Stolarz. The Panthers are down 1-0. But like Matthew Tkachuk and Paul Maurice said in the post game, Panthers just didn't have the legs, and it's understandable. Coming off this, on this road trip, they're heading east. They know they're staying in St. Louis tonight, so good for Matthew Tkachuk. Gets to hang out another night with his family. Um, they'll be flying back tomorrow, but still, the end of a road trip, and then the first game home. Those are the stinky games. But the Panthers end up surviving. Anthony Stolarz makes a number of key saves. Um, Will Lockwood has a breakaway. They could have tied the score. It doesn't. But Jonah Gadgevich, I need to drink some more water. Gadgevich gets a shot off, pulls in his own rebound along the half wall, feeds Kevin Stenlund. He now has 8 goals. He ties the game up at 1 at 15:56 of the first. So Florida and St. Louis are tied going into the second period, where Tkachuk and Reinhart hook up once again. It's the 29th goal of the season for Reinhart. I believe it's his 14th power play goal. Could be more. Who can keep count anymore? Reinhart and Tkachuk. Um, Teams are going to catch on to that, right? Tkachuk hanging out at the cage, feeding Reinhart in the slot. Just automatic, baby. Automatic. They're scoring on that day in, day out. They scored at 1:11 into the second period on the power play. Florida takes a 2-1 lead. That turns out to be the game winner. So another game-winning goal for Sam Reinhart. And then we go to the third period, and that's where Tkachuk came to play. He gets he one times the Verhaeghe feed, 2:18 into the third. That makes it 3-1. Then he tips the shot from Forsling at 5:57. 4-1 Florida, ball game. The Panthers are not giving up a 3-goal lead, not with the way they play defense, not the way that Anthony Stolarz was playing in net. And then Tkachuk gets the empty net goal with 58 seconds remaining. 29 saves for Anthony Stolarz. It's his 6th win of the season. It's going to be interesting to see how the Panthers play the goalie rotation here in this homestand. Paul Maurice already said Sergei Bobrovsky will get the start Thursday against the Los Angeles Kings. So we will see Bob back in net when the Panthers return to Sunrise. They have tomorrow off because tomorrow is a travel day. Then they'll have the morning skate on Thursday. We'll see if there's any lineup changes. Team's on an 8-game heater, baby. They're not changing anything unless there's an injury. I didn't see anybody leave the game tonight. Stolarz could get the Ducks. Yeah, he's got a good record against the Ducks. It's a good call. That's that weird Monday. I think it's a 1:00 start on Monday. The matinee game on Monday and Sunrise. Yeah, you're probably right. That probably is Stolarz's game. Bob had a really good game against New Jersey earlier this season. When the Panthers went to New Jersey on their initial road trip to start this season. So I'm assuming we'd see Bob against the Devils on Saturday night as well. So unbelievable run here for the Panthers. Florida, they've won 8 straight games, right? They lose 4-1 against the St. Louis Blues here in Sunrise on December 21st. Don't play a very good game at all. Matthew Tkachuk made a point of it this morning to say, hey, we owe St. Louis a better effort. They were not happy with the way they played. The next day after that loss, the Panthers open up their new training facility in Fort Lauderdale. They know they're playing the Vegas Golden Knights the following day. It really seemed to rejuvenate this team. They had gone 2-3 on the road trip. Then they lose to Vegas, to St. Louis. Even by my math, that's 2 wins, 4 losses. They're not feeling real good about themselves, but that opening that training facility in Fort Lauderdale, being able to drive their golf carts and all that fun stuff, seeing all the stuff that's there in Fort Lauderdale for the first time, and then knowing it's Vegas the next day. Now, listen, the Panthers didn't play a great opening 2 periods against Vegas, but they did enough to win that game. They beat Vegas just before the Christmas break, 4-2, and that sets off this 8-game streak. Some big wins along the way. Not only, they beat Vegas twice. They beat the Rangers. They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Montreal. Then they go on the road against basically 4 playoff teams out west. Arizona is right in the middle of that. So is St. Louis. And then you've got 2 of the better teams in the league. Now Vegas is not playing like one of the better teams in the league right now. And Florida took care of them in the third period. But Arizona is probably going to be a playoff team. St. Louis might be. And Florida goes 4-0 on what should have been a very rough road trip. Um, and it really wasn't. Aside from the 4 goals given up in Colorado, I think the Panthers won each game 4-1 or 5-1. So the Panthers played excellent hockey on this road trip, and they come home feeling very good about themselves. And they should. I mean, they are, 8-game winning streak, third longest in franchise history. So yeah, good stuff from Florida right now. As we heard last night, who's got it better than the Panthers right now? Nobody. So the Kraken have been playing very good, but right now the Panthers are coming home. They've got of that 5-game homestand, only one team in the Atlantic. We're going to get to see the Detroit Red Wings here in Sunrise for the first time. Uh, get to see Kaner play for the Blackhawks. Not for the Blackhawks. He has played for the Blackhawks. We've all seen it a few times. For the Red Wings, that's always fun when Detroit comes to town. So should be a fun little homestand. Los Angeles, New Jersey, Anaheim, the Wings, and Minnesota coming to Sunrise. So a lot of exciting stuff in Pantherland right now. See if the Panthers can extend this winning streak to 9. Again, they've got, Alex Lyon. That's right. Alex Lyon will be here with the Detroit Red Wings. It'll be good to say hello to the Lion King. Good guy. I mean, my goodness, what a good guy. I'm glad things are starting to work out for him in Detroit. They had 3 goalies at the beginning of the season. He wasn't getting a whole lot of playing time, but when he's been going in there, he's been doing the job for him. So good for Alex Lyon, and we will talk to him when he gets to town next week. You got anything else? Just throw me a question here. We're going to wrap it up because, again, this is one of our last late ones. After tonight, the Panthers only leave the Eastern time zone 2 more times. They've got a game later this month in Nashville, Tennessee, and then to see Andrew Brunette. And then they go to Dallas to see Pete DeBoer. I believe that game's in March. So the Panthers are on the East Coast. They go to Canada. They've got a couple long road trips coming up, but they're all within the division or within the metropolitan. So with all the travel the Panthers have done, they have the most road wins in the National Hockey League right now. They've played more road games than anybody in the National Hockey League right now. But good for the Panthers. They've built up a nice little record for themselves, and really not having the comforts of home a whole lot. So they will get that coming up. You're welcome, Andres. Thank you for watching. The Panthers will get some home cooking here. You don't want too long. 5 games at home might be too long. Actually, you kind of get tired playing at home, but it'll be good for the team to be here for about the next 10 days, and then we'll see what they can do moving forward. That'll do it for me. Will Rhino get a deal like Nyland? That's a good question, Jason. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get the max 8 years from Florida. I would think that, they're talking about that. I don't, if you're the player, you definitely want the 8 years. You want that max. But is he going to get 11 and a half? I don't think so. Not when you've got Sasha Barkov making 10, and you've got Tkachuk making 9.5. Now, neither of those players is going to say boo if Sam Reinhart ends up being the highest paid member of the Florida Panthers when it's all said and done. That's just the way economics is working these days. The cap is going up, the market is going up. So you can't be using 3-year-old contracts when you're trying to keep one of your own. I don't know if it will be that much. I don't think it will be. I don't think it gets over 10, but we'll see. I don't know. I think that, Sam Reinhart is very happy here. He's told me on numerous occasions he wants to be here. The Panthers know he wants to be here. And guess what? The Panthers want him to be here. So there is mutual love here between Sam Reinhart and the Florida Panthers. They're working on stuff behind the scenes. You've got a former agent in Bill Zito who knows how this game works. Don't worry. If it's meant to get done, it'll get done. The Panthers, we kind of looked at the numbers. I think that at $9 million, you can keep pretty much everybody. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. We'll see how things work out. Maybe it's a 6-year deal. I don't know. Those guys are working on it. Everything else is just speculation, and I'm just guessing. Hey, no, I think Sam Reinhart will take 8.5. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to take. So, yeah, driving the golf cart to work kind of helps. But he also is from the Pacific Northwest. He's got a lot of family up there. So I don't know. So maybe if Seattle or Vancouver comes a calling with a bucket full of cash, who knows? I don't know. But rest assured, Sam and the Panthers have talked about it. So let's not get out of control. I saw somewhere where the Panthers should trade Sam Reinhart at the deadline to get back a first round. They are not trading Sam Reinhart, even if he tells on the plane ride back tonight, tomorrow, he goes up to hey Bill, can I talk to you? I'm going to be a free agent. I'm not coming back. Okay. They're not trading him. Okay. They are not. This is a Stanley Cup contending team. You are not getting rid of a key piece of that for a first round and a third or whatever, 2 first rounds. No, they don't care. They don't care. You saw what the Panthers did at the deadline. They traded away 2 first round picks for guys that they figured were going to be rentals. They didn't say it at the time, but when it came time for Ben Sherratt and Claude Giroux to re-sign in 22, the Panthers didn't have the money. They knew that ahead of time. So, anyway, TK, the coffee machine, muy bueno. It's awesome. The coffee machine is terrific. Best coffee in the National Hockey League is in Sunrise. It is delicious. I don't know if it's nutritious, but it's good. I like it. I wish I had it. I've been missing it. I'm going to get some on Thursday. Panthers, Los Angeles Kings. We'll probably have a pregame show for you just to talk about some different things. So check in with us on Thursday morning. We'll definitely have the postgame show from the bank in Sunrise. And, that'll do it. We did 17 and moving up. So 17-minute post-game show. Deservedly so. Panthers, excellent tonight. Again, 8th straight win for the Panthers. They beat the I almost said Rams, the St. Louis Rams. The Dolphins beat the St. Louis Rams 5-1 tonight. Matthew Tkachuk with a natural third-period hat trick. That'll do it for us here at Florida Hockey Now. Don't forget to visit us there, FloridaHockeynow.com, your number one source for all things Florida Panthers. It was good to see Keith there. Follow Colby and myself on Twitter at George Richards and at Colby D. Guy. Don't forget to subscribe here on this YouTube channel. With the Panthers being home, we're going to have a lot more, not the Fins, yeah. We're going to have a lot more. We're going to have a couple more of those one-on-ones. We started with Ryan Lomberg. We had Matthew Tkachuk before the team went on their trip. So be on the lookout for those special one-on-one stories with the players you most want to talk to. We'll see if we can get Sam. I'm going to try and get Anthony Stolarz. And we'll just see. We'll just see on a practice day when nothing's really going on. I'll grab them and we'll go. Maybe we'll go outside to the barbecue pit and we'll do another FHN one-on-one. But anyway, I hope you all have a good night. Happy Tuesday to everybody. We will see you next time. Peace out.